shit. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, folks? It is your boy once again, man. Dang, and to be honest, folks, after last night's episode 49, yeah, I'm a bit hungover. You know what I'm saying? Um, just had a celebratory drink, yeah, whilst we were doing the show with Jamie Varner and Anthony Angikwani, and it was nuts, man. Honestly, folks, it is worth that watch right there. I'll tell you that much right now. But that was well deserved. That was well deserved for myself, and it was well deserved for them too. I I I was so glad to actually just reunite two friends back together after a long time. Apparently, and they hadn't been linked up. They hadn't linked up for a while. So it was great to link up two veterans, two legends, two friends again, so we could chop it up, and we did. We linked up, and Jamie Varner's a nutter, man. That guy's a savage, bro. But you kind of, folks, if you watch the episode, right, you get a bit the bigger picture of what we were trying to talk about. You know what I'm saying, or what we were talking about, and it was crazy. It was nuts. Um, you get the bigger picture of what we were talking about, and you get the bigger picture of Anthony and Jamie's real feelings about their careers and how it actually went and where it is now. Both guys learned, it seemed, from their experience as it grew on, and you kind of see how they felt being in the UFC when the WC merged, and it was interesting to see, how they felt, and hear that hear that the WC was on a completely different level, which it was, folks, in its heyday, yeah, bro, in its heyday. I'll tell you that 2000, about what, 2008 to 2011, yeah, 2008, 2010, yeah, or even earlier than that, way earlier than that, yeah, folks, maybe about 2007, yeah. I got, I was hooked onto the WC from the beginning. The first fight I saw, yeah, was Uriah Faber and Matt Brown. Then I saw Jamie Varner, Donald Cerrone, Mike Brown, sorry. Then I saw Jamie Varner, Donald Cerrone, Miguel Torres, and Manny Tapia. Then I saw Anthony Njokuani knock out Chris Hordecki. I saw Jamie Varner win the title, yeah, and I was hooked. I saw Ben Henderson. I saw Ben Henderson. Man, folks, the fighters we all know and love today, mostly, they came out of that WEC heyday, man, and it was so great to chop it up with Jamie Varner and Anthony Njokuani to not only to reunite them, and you could see how natural that conversation was. I mean, it was nuts. It was crazy, the type of shit we said, man. But I want to thank them for joining, for coming on the show and helping me celebrate and commemorate the 49th episode of MMA Reloaded Raw Talk. Now, folks, we get back down to, and now, folks, we get back to On the Mic. Welcome to MMA Reloaded On the Mic. Man, it is episode 10, folks, of MMA Reloaded On the Mic, and we continue to dedicate On the Mic to the fantastic fighters, young fighters, young veterans, guys making their pro debut, amateur debut, the whole joint, on such a stacked card. It's a real pleasure to be affiliated with Cage Steel, and it is a real pleasure to sit and chat with the fighters that will be competing on that Cage Steel 25 card. It is the first card since first card since COVID took over our lives, last year, 2020. And I have to, and it's a real pleasure to actually hear how these guys fare and how, mentality, how they fare physically, and what their approach is going into their fights. Last time out, folks, we sat with Warren the Tank Mason, episode 9. It was such a refreshing point of view. You know what I'm saying? Warren's been through a lot, and I think we saw that. I think, you know, folks, if you watch that episode, you'll see that too. He's been through a lot, you know, and it motivates a lot of fighters, you know, fighters who have been through the ringer throughout their lives. You know, it motivates them, and they learn from those experiences leading up to where they are today. So I'm very, very I was very humbled and very glad. I'm very glad to chat with Warren the Tank Mason last night, folks. Today, in the next 5 minutes, so we're gonna have to just do the particulars, folks, and then we'll introduce the guest as he comes in. Yeah. Yeah, folks, welcome back. Of course, we have to do the particulars with our guest, folks. He is 6-1 as a pro, very accomplished amateur. Fought for the Cage Steel welterweight championship belt. He is Tom the Viking Crosby, folks. He is man. He's as tough as it comes, honestly, folks. If you watched the Instagram live, if you follow Cage Steel on Instagram, folks, you would have caught the Instagram live that Dominic GIBBS did with Tom Crosby. You know, and you can tell how experienced he is and how battle tested he is, how he approaches this game with such professionalism. You know what I'm saying? Keeps it all cool and calm outside the cage, and then inside he's a savage, bro. So, folks, we will sit with Tom the Viking Crosby, no doubt about it. If you follow him on Instagram, if you follow him on social media, that guy is he's a workhorse, man, for sure. He's a damn workhorse, folks. Behind me, what do you see behind me? Oh, damn. What do you see behind me, folks? You see the MMA Reloaded merch, and like I always say, this is just the tip of the iceberg. If you want to join the revolution of MMA Reloaded, hit up the merchandise on MMAReloaded.co.uk. Some of our shirts are also on eBay as well, folks, if that's a lot easier for you, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Hit up the website, folks, mostly though, for if you want the full collection. Tom Crosby is ready, folks, and so are we, man. Let's get this shit going. Yes. Yes, man, the Viking. Damn. How's it?
Yeah, what's happening?
Tom? How's it going, man?
Good, man.
Yeah,
Just fixing my headphones.
well, loving the hair, man.
Yeah, letting it down. Getting there. Getting long.
How long has that been growing for, mate?
So it's two years. So 2 years in January.
Damn.
Yeah. Started as a bet. Yeah. And I won the bet. And then while I've got it, I thought I'll just keep it. And then as my forehead's growing bigger and bigger, then I'll just shave it off.
Oh mate, it looks bloody good on you, man. That's the Viking look right there, mate. How's it how's it been going for you, mate, in like COVID and lockdown stuff? Because of course, like for us in the UK, like it's been a piss take, you know what I mean? It's been a
Yeah.
for a lot of people. How is it going for you personally, man?
So yeah, I straight away I've got 2 cellars downstairs, so I got cracking on making my own gym.
Oh no.
Yeah, so my bottom cellar is a gym. It's fully done now. Just took me a full year over time, but I'm glad I've got it. So it's somewhere to go and train when I need to. I've got everything that I need. So not been too bad. Plus training with my kids and my wife and stuff. It's been fun.
Definitely. And I mean, I guess you know, lockdown and COVID has given you a lot of time to spend with your children, right, and with your family.
Yeah, that was a plus side.
Yeah, definitely. No,
Yeah.
definitely. You know, mate, you know, for those fans who don't know who Tom the Viking Crosby is, how did it all start for you, mate, in MMA and combat sports?
So I was a fan. I got into watching the Ultimate Fighter series and stuff, and then I thought, oh, I'll give that a go. You know, I was competing in rugby, semi-pro rugby, rugby league, and I thought I'll do that. You know, I'd like to give that a go. It'll help with my fitness and stuff. So I found at the time like my most local gym, which turned out to be at the time Cage Steel Gym, and the head coach at the time was Danny Mitchell.
Yeah.
And since then I've stuck with them. So it changed to AVT, and we moved about a bit. But yeah, it was just off the back of being a fan, giving it a go, falling in love with the sport, and then I just fell out of love with playing rugby. And I tried to do both, but it was too much on the body, so I quit rugby and concentrated on fighting.
Talk to me about rugby career, man. How was that? How was that experience for you, man? Were you always a rugby fan growing up?
Yeah, just in my teens, I got into playing sport in my teenage years. Started playing rugby league. Um, then I went to uni in Newcastle. I played for Northumbria, and then since then it wasn't until I was like 19 until I got started playing professionally.
Nice.
So I went and trialled for Castleford Tigers Super League team, and I played with them for 2 years, and then moved to other clubs, Hunslet Hawks, Featherstone Rovers. Played over in Australia for Southport Tigers,
Oh,
and then when I got home, that's when I just thought, right, yeah, let's go for MMA.
oh, damn, man! You played in Australia. Oh, damn, that's nuts, man. It looks like you went through the ringer in your rugby career, man. Um, but and I just want to touch then on training with
Yeah.
Danny Mitchell and training under Danny Mitchell. How was that experience for you, mate? Because obviously he's a legend in British MMA and UK MMA. He's a pioneer. How was that experience for you, mate? Training with and under Danny.
Oh, it's great. Whenever I've got something that I want to, drill, discuss, part of my games, I'll just go straight to him and then we'll work on it.
Yeah.
I'm quite lucky in a way. Like when I found my most local gym, it turned out to be the best gym in Yorkshire. You know what I mean? And then since day one, I've been there. And then you get fighters over time who've been here, there, and everywhere, and then find AVT. So I'm quite lucky in a way. Like since day one, I've been there as well. So yeah, it's great, great atmosphere. I love it, love it. It's second home.
I guess for anyone and for any fighter, bro, having a gym that you can really relaxing and feel comfortable in. It makes your work ethic a lot that much better. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
how important is that from a fighter's point of view, like yourself? How important is that, mate, to find a gym that you are so comfortable in, and you can sort of focus on
Oh,
on yeah.
yeah, extremely important. You want to feel comfortable, but then again, you don't want to be told that you're doing great all the time. When you're doing rubbish or you've got areas to work on, you need to be told. So, it's great. You always need that constructive criticism, constant training, and that team environment. It's very, very important.
Yeah.
So that's what I find I've got at AVT.
And I watched your IG live with Dom, and
Yeah,
I don't know if you saw my comments, man. I was actually quite active on the comments, and I was like, and if I'm not wrong, you got a coaching role as well with AVT, right, bro?
yeah. So coach the
Nice,
junior side of things.
nice, man.
Yeah, it's good. So hopefully over time, I can lower I'm a childminder. I work for my pub.
Wicked.
Over time, I want to be able to, lower them hours, just do the important school runs, and then I can up my hours coaching, and then again I can up my hours training. Then
Oh,
yeah, so that's the plan. So we need to carry on focusing on that.
that's brilliant. Man,
Yeah.
that's wicked, man. And when you coach juniors, Tom, what is your like approach to that sort of thing? Because they're young and they're sort of most of them need their minds molded. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
what is your approach to coaching juniors?
patience, patience. Yeah,
100%,
yeah.
man.
You need the patience, and then you need to build up that relationship because every child's different, and everybody learns in different ways. So
Yeah,
and then even when it comes to like little things like partnering them with certain people, if I part some child with a different child, and I know the mess, it's not happening. So
shit.
over time you need to develop the relationships and know how to handle the situations with them all. But yeah, the key point is patience.
100%, man. Does it,
It's
does
very
having
rewarding,
it
very,
is
very rewarding.
it is in the end, and I guess it's more rewarding when they start to listen as well, right? Um,
Yeah.
and does having kids make it easier for you to teach kids?
Yeah, and plus my job as a childminder, I've been doing it for 11 years now.
Oh,
So yeah,
oh,
I've learned a lot in my time, and I've got my own kids, and I coach them. Not everybody can coach their own children, but I find that mine are good and they'll listen, And then my son, my youngest, he'll be starting soon.
right.
Once he starts listening, because he don't listen yet.
Oh man, I'm only like I'm in my late 20s right now. My dad always had that problem with me, and I was sort of a little mischief. So now
Yeah,
exactly from a kid's point of view, I know how your kids feel.
yeah.
And I'm sure my dad can relate to exactly what you're going through, man. Uh, you know, right now, like one of the main aspects I feel in MMA and combat sports, and I have this conversation with a lot of other guys that I speak to is your weight cut, right, bro? And
Yeah.
yeah, I always say to them that it's 90% mental and it's 10% physical. For this camp, mate, going into Cage Steel 25, did you have a lot of weight to cut to start with?
No. So I try and float around about 90 kilos.
Nice.
You know, when I start going a bit too heavy, it can get really stressful the weight cut. And this time round, especially with having my gym downstairs and other little goals, I did a mini powerlifting mock meet downstairs. So I was down to do an actual competition, but that got postponed. and they have weight classes. So I try to stick under that 90 kilos. So I've always got the goal of trying to stay around 90, because then if I've got no goal and there's no focus, I can get very lazy and I just start eating. So this time round, I've been floating around 90, and it's coming off nicely. And this one's only 84 kilos, middleweight. I do welterweight as well, which is 77, which is a different story for the weight cut. But,
that weight cut to welterweight must be a fucking nightmare. Like you got I guess if you're going down a division, Tom, or if you're going up, you got to just really make sure what you walk around that, right, mate? I mean, it's all about.
Yeah. I would say I wish they did on the day weigh-ins. 84 kilos on the day would be absolutely perfect for me.
Yeah.
That was when I did the IMAFs. That's how they did it, and that was perfect. Fighting every day, back-to-back days, and I felt great at 84 on the day. So that would be ideal for me.
How important, from a fighter's point of view, how important, how vital is weight cutting for a fighter? Because if you cut weight stupidly, and you go into a fight, and you could blow up like in 2 seconds, and then if you cut weight smart, focus on the nutrition and the exercise. How important is it to cut?
It's very, very important. If you save it all to the last minute, then you're going to feel the effects when you get in there. So it's always better to start way ahead and doing it a small, steady calorie deficit, getting that weight off. So it's always good, if you're fighting in, say, 3-4 months, you start then. You don't wait till you're 8 weeks out and then start. And then, because it can get hard, and then especially when you get like cravings and stuff. These is everything that I've been through. So now I've learned to start a little bit ahead of time, slowly get it off, and feel a lot better for it. Your training improves, your fitness improves. You feel a lot better for it.
100%.
It's very important, yeah.
No, 100%, mate. And does experience play a part as well? So the more fight you have, the more you'll know about how to cut weight the next time you do it.
That's it, yeah. So each time I do it, I usually write in my notes, so then I can go back to it, and then it might be just small little adjustments just to make it a little bit easier, or we should have done that this time round, or this or that this time round, if you know what I mean. So
no, 100, man. And I get it. And then, mate, if we sort of switch it from the mental aspect to the physical aspect, you're 6-1 right now, mate, as a pro. But then, like, if we sort of track back to the IMAF days and back in the amateur days, how was that? You were very accomplished back in the amateur days. You won the Combat Challenge Welterweight Championship. How was that transition for you, mate, going from amateur to now at professional?
Yeah, it was smooth sailing, really. I did the I'd say I earned my stripes as an amateur. Definitely competing in my maths day after day. Against top opponents and things like that. So as an amateur, how I see was, because I used to play rugby, we'd play every weekend. I'd want to be competing as often as possible. So I took as many fights as I could when I wasn't injured, and I competed in grappling, boxing, kickboxing. Just did what I could for the experience.
No, man,
just took it all on. Get that experience in. There's no better way.
How important as an amateur, mate? Yeah, I'm actually interested to hear about the IMAFs, because I read about it all the time, and I've watched a few of them. And how was the atmosphere and the layout there? Was it like a tournament sort of a thing, or because it was kind of like it was a world championship, right, bro? And what was the atmosphere and the layout like in that?
It was good. So I think it was registration day. You could weigh in, and you had, I think it was 4% allowance, so you could be a tiny bit over. So you're not cutting weight every day, and then when you weighed in, you had to be on the dot, and that's how it worked. And then you had the one fight in the day, and then if you won, compete again the next day, and so on and so on. So I competed for the IMAS 3 times. I did the Worlds. I did the Worlds in Las Vegas, which was an awesome experience. It was fight week, oh, it was brilliant. I won 2 fights, and then I lost in the quarterfinals by decision, which then got overturned to a no contest because that gentleman, he got to the final and tested positive for illegal substances.
Oh, you're shitting me! No way.
No, so I did complain about letters, because he spoiled it for me of gaining a medal at the World Championship.
Yeah.
So my opinion was I lost to him. If he wasn't there, I'd have got to the semis at very least. So I should have got a bronze. Yeah. And then the lad Andy Stanway, he lost in the semis. He should have got promoted up to silver. And then I did the IMAFs in Prague again.
Wow. How was that?
It's good. Yeah, it was brilliant again. Really good experience. That time round, I got a bronze medal.
Nice.
Losing out to Rostem Akman by a decision.
Okay.
He went on to fight UFC. Just recently fought Cage Warriors.
Yeah.
Fighting top opponents like that. And yeah, when you get there, there's like a draw. You're sat there for the draw. At the beginning of the week, everybody's all shifty, eyeing everybody up. And then by end of week, everyone's getting on, all different countries, having a laugh, making friends, So it's good atmosphere. I really enjoyed them.
How was it mingling like with blokes from other countries? Like obviously Prague and Vegas, you got to be mixed up with all different types of characters, right, bro? And was it like, all right, Tom, you're just gonna sit there, yeah, keep it to yourself, or is it like, did you enjoy conversing with them guys?
Yeah, well, that's kind of vibe at the beginning of the week, when you don't know who you're up against, who you're fighting, and then as it goes on, everybody gets a little bit more relaxed, and then everybody's just getting on. It's good, really good. If you're an amateur, I'd highly recommend giving a go at the IMAX. Yeah.
Wicked, man. And how important is it for a young fighter to get that amateur experience? As many amateur fights as they can. How important is that, mate? Because you see some guys now get a bit too like overconfident, and after two amateur fights, they think, oh yeah, shit, yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, they go in and it turns out they're not.
Yeah. No, I think, personally, I think every amateur just take any fight that they could as it's an amateur because, at the end of the day, as soon as you turn pro, it gets the record gets reset. So as an amateur, take every fight that you can. Don't and ah about this opponent, that opponent. Just have a crack. It's good experience for you. End of the day, you'll win or you'll learn. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah,
man. 100%, bro. And then I sort of, when I was reading about your resume, and I was thinking, damn, you've been in a lot of different promotions, man. You've been in the IMFs, you've been at Cage Steel, and then even in your pro career, man, you've been traveling a lot to different shows. How is that experience, mate, fighting in different regionals? Of course, he's still in the UK. But do you have like similar experiences, or is it a different experience across the board?
I'm not 100% sure really. I just when I'm up for a fight, my body's good, I'll accept the fight and I'll just aim for it. The promotion or traveling about don't really bother me that much. I quite enjoy going places. I was actually meant to fight in Sweden last year, but unfortunately, COVID cancelled. So that would have been another experience for me. I've been to Sweden, but I cornered Danny in the fight before he got signed to the UFC. So I've only been a corner man in Sweden, so I'd love to go and fight in Sweden.
How was it? How was it in Sweden, mate? Because obviously everyone's got to be staring at the Viking, right? And what was the scene like in Sweden, mate?
Oh, again, again with the eyeballs at the start, when I did originally go to Sweden, I was only in my first year of competitive
Oh shit!
MMA. Danny took this fight, and then all the coaches were unavailable,
Yeah.
and it went through the line, and they must have got to the bottom of the list. Tom, you fancy cornering me in Sweden? I was literally a novice. I thought, yeah, why not? So I went, tried to corner him,
Yeah.
not having a clue really much myself. I'd only been 9, 10 months into my own game, so I'm there inside. Yeah, punch him. Yeah, kick him. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah.
Oh, I guess
Yeah, funny
now.
story.
Oh bloody yeah. Mate, I was, you take all the experience you can get, I guess, right, Tom?
That's it.
Um,
Yeah.
all right, cool, man. That was my first time cornering you. You probably look back on that now and have a bit of a laugh, um,
Yeah.
but it's probably gonna, benefit as your career goes on, right, bro? Because you never know, man. When Tom the Viking Crosby decides to hang it up 20, 30 years from now, yeah, you probably say like, all right, cool, man, fuck this, I'll become a coach now. You know what I'm saying? Full time.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
definitely be in the game a long time. Once I stop competing, I'll definitely carry on coaching.
definitely.
I do really enjoy coaching. Like I said before, it's very rewarding.
Mm.
So I'll try and be involved. And then again, if I get a little bit too old, I can't compete in MMA. The plan is I'll compete in jiu-jitsu because again, they've got the masters classes, aren't they, all the way through.
Yeah,
So hopefully, in years down the line, MMA will have masters brackets, and I can carry on competing in MMA in some way,
yeah, man.
But we'll see how it goes.
Oh yeah,
Only time will tell.
oh mate, yeah, that's it. That's it. You can't guess Father Time, man.
Yeah,
And then mate, as we come down now to April the 10th. Yeah, and you're a cage steel veteran, man.
yeah.
I saw the brackets. I saw your resume. I saw how you were doing at cage steel, man. Yeah, I was impressed. Your last loss was your last loss was actually your first loss in professional MMA. You were 4-0 coming into the welterweight championship fight with
Yeah.
Madas Fleminass, bro. He's one of my friends, he's one of the best right now. And how was that fight? Do you recall that fight at all?
Yeah, it was a tough fight. Again, I respect my dad. I get on with him really well. We'd competed previously against one another in grappling.
Oh no
That
way.
got to a draw, and I felt in that fight I was doing quite well. And then it's a weird camera angle, but I was on my way up. You know what I mean? And then Neil, he stepped in, which I think, in my opinion, was a little bit too soon. I was on my way up. I was trying to get up. I
Yeah.
wasn't hurt.
No.
I might have been a little bit fatigued. A bit tired, but I wasn't hurt. But I was on my way up, and then literally as I got up, Neil stepped in and stopped it. So
Mm.
so a bit good about that. It's my loss, but we'll learn. You know, I
You
see the situations I was in. I know what I should have done and what I didn't do. So we carry on.
you definitely you learned after that, mate. Honestly, you went 2-0 after that fight. And then you actually competed at Cage Steel 24, and now coming
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Cage Steel 25. In my opinion, mate, it's on a huge scale right now, man. Yeah, fucking 25 plus fights, 20 plus fights. You got a championship fights. You got over 100 fighters, and you're one of them, mate. You know what I'm saying? How did that feel to you when you got the call to come back?
Oh, I'm super excited. What we're looking at is November 19, wasn't it? November
Yeah,
2019.
yeah,
This is
November.
the longest gap I've had with not having a competitive fight.
Jesus.
Like before that, I competed as often as I could. I think the biggest gap previous to that was 11, maybe 12 months, due to injuries and stuff. But this time round, it's, due to COVID, unfortunately. But, I just want to get back in, itching to get back in there and, and again, compete as often as I can. So, I'm super excited about it.
Definitely, man. Definitely. And and you're fighting SHAUN LOMAS, and I know Dom had said that to you on IG Live. The guy's got 108 fights.
Yeah. Crazy.
How do you feel? Does that affect you at all, Tom? Like oh shit, he's got 108 fights here. Dom, sign me off.
No, I just got given a matchup and says let's go. So like I says on Dom's IGTV, he's tough, he's durable.
Yeah.
So it's all about keeping composed, calculated, and see what happens. Look, get that finish. That's the plan.
Yeah, man. I saw a lot of people in those comments were saying leg kicks and calf kicks and stuff. I guess and I was watching Fight Night this past weekend, and I was like, whenever the leg kicks were being thrown and calf kicks being thrown, fighters starting to get educated on how to defend them.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you think? Well, I mean, in my opinion, there's been a lot of discussion about banning them. And then I'm like thinking, why would you ban a calf kick?
Nah,
you're striking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ban them.
What is your opinion on that, Tom? And do you agree with the fact that it's a fighter's job to learn how to defend these things? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't think they should be banned. They can be defended. A lot of people, like you said, becoming educated to them. Yeah. A lot more people are drilling them now. So yeah, I just think it'd be a bit silly to ban the calf kick. End of the day, it's a muscle. It's a target you're aiming for. If you go in with a game plan to slow your opponent down, calf kicks is a good plan.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's a bit, it's a bit. It would be a bit silly for the band.
And then when we come in right now, mate. Obviously, Cage still 25. You're coming back after what you say is what you called your longest layoff.
After
stuff. Mate, I wish you all the best of luck. Yeah, and I hope.
Thank you very much.
I hope you smash it, man. You know what I'm saying? And no doubt about it, man. The Vikings come into play. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you very much.
And I want to also thank you for coming on as well, man. I want to thank you for coming through on the show. It was a pleasure to speak to you.
No, thanks for having me. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
No, I hope so, man. I hope so. That's all I can ask for. Thank you so much, Tom. And I wish you all the best of luck, mate. 2 weeks up.
Right, lovely. Thank you. Thanks again, mate. Thanks for having me.
No problem at all, mate. Have a good day.